musical introduction that you just saw and heard had two objectives. First, to show you that pitch jumping can be done with any style of music. And secondly, and much more importantly, you noticed that my back was almost totally to the camera, and my gaze was certainly far from observing anything that my pitch hand was doing in relationship to the pitch rod. And this is a crucial point in your practice now that you need to begin to work with. The first thing we have to do is to consciously acknowledge that the theremin denies us any specific or exact physical or visual reference when it comes to locating any given pitch. And yet, we expend a tremendous amount of energy playing and looking in this area as if there was going to be some help there. Once we can consciously acknowledge that what happens here really is very little help in terms of a visual reference, we can consciously avert our gaze. Now, when we do that, there's almost a physical feeling, a physical difference. Because now that we are allowing for the fact that there's nothing really here to see, we can concentrate on the three things that actually take place when you discern a pitch. Number one is the feeling that you have from moment to moment as you play. Number two is your intuition, the way you begin to sense where a pitch might be. And the third is muscle memory. That is the communication between your brain and the rest of your body that actually knows where those pitches are. And all of that energy we would have expended looking and trying can now go into what I've just stated, those three aspects. And when that happens, you'll find that your ability to discern and jump pitches really improves at a much more efficient and quick rate. This next exercise is going to be a little challenging, so get ready. This lesson is going to come to you in two parts. And for both parts, we have some common parameters. Number one, I want you to avert your gaze. Look anywhere but over here. I want you to keep from looking at what your pitch hand and the pitch rod are doing in relation to one another. Secondly, we're going to use a song that 99.9% of you probably know, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Why? Because in all likelihood, you've grown up with this song, you know the rhythm and you know the melody, and therefore you're freed of any tension or anxiety that could be associated with having to get the song right. And finally, please record yourself. From this lesson on, or all the lessons, record yourself so that at a point when you're done, you can sit down in a relaxed way and see and listen to what you sound like and evaluate it and measure your progress. So, the first part of this lesson involves playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star a number of times. We avert our gaze, and in almost all pitch exercises, what I ask you to do is keep your volume hand down and place your pitch hand anywhere along the continuum where there's sound. Lift up and go without first knowing what pitch you're going to start on. So, volume hand down, look away, place your hand and play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. You can play it as slow or as fast as you want. You can articulate every note clearly, and you can even slide between notes, but avoid vibrato. It will help you hear if you're at the center of the pitches better than if you're trying to mess with vibrato too. So hand down, place the pitch hand, and go. Or slide. Whatever's right for you. Because you can see that sometimes if I'm talking while I'm trying to play, the tune sort of goes, Happens to me every time. Now, we're going to do it again. Place the volume hand down, place your hand anywhere, and go again. And go all the way through the song. Every time you finish, volume hand down, place your hand somewhere, and go again. 10 times. So, pause the video, play it 10 times, each time essentially in a different key, beginning on a different pitch, and then come back for part 2. I'll wait right here while you pause the video, and you come back after you've done 10 times. Pause it now, so that you can do it because I'm waiting. So, go ahead. Huh. Nice place. You got a nice place. Okay, we're back. Part 2 is essentially the same. We're going to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star again, with one difference. We're still going to keep the volume hand down. We're still going to place the hand and look away. But instead of putting the volume hand down at the end, we're going to put the volume hand down at the end of each stanza, move the pitch hand, and begin to play the next stanza. So what's essentially going to happen is every time you move from one stanza to the next, the song is going to be in a different key, and you're going to have to consistently keep the pitches accurate in a different key for every stanza. So here we go, changing key every stanza. Volume hand down, place the pitch hand anywhere you like, and begin. That's the end of the first stanza. Move the pitch hand and lift again on the volume hand. That was a coincidence that it was in almost the same key. Volume hand down, move the pitch hand. Volume hand down, move the pitch hand. In case you're having a little trouble following, we're now back at the original stanza to end the song. Move the pitch hand. It's very confusing when you first start trying to do this. You can use a keyboard and keep it with you for reference. But essentially, we've just done it. Changing the key every stanza, picking up on a pitch that is not determined prior to your lifting up your volume hand. Do this 10 times, going through the entire song. And practice with this exercise a lot. You will be amazed at what it does for your ability to discern and jump pitches. This is a crucial time for you, keeping your gaze averted and relying on your feeling, your intuition, and your muscle memory to take you to the next level